Hey guys, welcome to your third iOS game tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to be adding the pipes or the loops that the plane is going to have to go through to get points. So the first thing you need to do is open the art file that will be in the description and get these three files: pipe length, pipe behind half, and pipe front. So what we're going to do at the start is we're going to need to add these variables to the top. So SKTexture, pipe texture 1, and then we're going to do SKTexture, pipe texture 2, and SKAction, move pipes. Actually, we won't need that because we're going to make a method for it. So these two textures are just going to be the top and bottom texture pipe. But it'll be needed for them to spawn correctly. So next thing we need to do is we need to add a static variable here that will tell the pipes how far to move. So it's static constant pipe points per sec. And it's going to equal 150. And that's just a number I chose of how fast the pipes should move per second, and it's 150 pixels. Now that we've done that, what we need to do is we need to go to the bottom of our initWithSize method, and we're going to start spawning the pipes. We're going to make the action that spawns the pipes, because the moment the game starts, we want the obstacles to start moving. So I'm going to get the code from my other build and bring it here. Alright, so it wasn't too much. We just have a spawn, delay, sequence, and then forever actions. First it spawns, it does SKAction perform selector at selector spawn loops, and it targets the scene itself. And this spawn loops is a method, so that's pretty cool. You can use actions to perform methods that are in your class. And the reason we're getting this is probably because, undeclared selector, he's like, where's this method? Well, we're going to add that soon. And then we're going to delay 2 seconds and create a sequence of spawning and delaying 2 seconds, and then do it forever, and we're going to run it. So it should run this action forever. Next, what we need to do is create the spawn loops method, and I will bring that in and go through it. Okay, so I add our spawn loops method. It's a pretty hefty method, but it's a lot of repetition because there's a few different moving parts, and we're trying to make them look as one giant loop instead of just a bunch of random pictures moving. So first we have the behind loop and the front loop, and these two sprite nodes are going to hold the pipe behind half image and the pipe in front image. I'm going to set the behind loop Z position to 20 because I want it behind the plane, and I'm going to set the front loop position to 100 because we want it in front of the plane. That gives it the feel as if the plane is passing through the hoop instead of just on top of the image. I set the scales to 1.3 because originally when I made the images they weren't perfect for the size of the iPhone, so I just scaled them up instead of redrawing the pictures. Next I set pipe texture 1 and 2 equal to pipe length, which is this right here, and it's because we're going to have one on top of the loop, so the loop will be down here, and the other one's going to be on the bottom of the loop, so the loop will be up here, and if the plane hits these, it will end the game. I set the filtering mode to filter nearest, and that just, what you can do is you can click on this filtering mode, go over to the right, and quick help will tell you what it is, and it's used when the sprite is drawn with the texture not native size. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Next we have pull loop and pull loop top, and this pull loop is the bottom pipe texture, and this is the top pipe texture, this big guy right here. And what I'm doing is I'm setting the Z position to 9. The Z position doesn't matter because we're not gonna use that. I'm gonna set this hidden equal to no. I had it equal to yes, but I want the bottom loop or the bottom pipe to show. I give it a physics body of itself, and then I make it not dynamic so it's not affected by gravity. And then the pull loop top I set hidden yes, and everything else is the same. And this is pipe texture 1 and this is pipe texture 2. Next, I need to make the loops spawn at different heights, so it's not just a really boring game of one height loop. So I make this change factor. It's just basically a big float. It's the pixels of the height minus 250, so it gives I forget the exact number, but I use that to make this y value, and this is a random number generator. So it takes this random number, and it's the modulus of the change factor, which is this right here. And it's just the remainder. This is a random number generator. All you need to know is it's a random number generator for the y position of our loops. And then here, you could pause if you want to see the exact numbers, which you should, because it's tailored to show the pipe very seamlessly, even though it's a bunch of different parts. So maybe pause this and copy this, but all I'm doing here is setting the position according to this random y factor. Next, I take the front loop, which is this pipe in front thing, and then I give it a physics body, and I set its category bit mask equal to score category. So when ever something comes in contact with it, it is the score category. And the things that can come in contact with it, the contact test bit mask, is planes. So when my plane hits this, we get score. Once we code it in, it'll know to give us a score when we hit the score category. And I set the pole loop top and the pole loop to the pipe category bit mask, because they're both the pipes. And then contact is plane, so if a plane hits the pipe, it'll make it game over. And I give them all a name right here, because we'll need to save this for later. All these pole loops have names of @pole, and that's just character string. And then I add it to the game layer. Next thing we need to do is we need to, now that we have the spawn loops, we need the move pipes method, and I'll bring that in right now. Okay, so here's our move pipes method, and this one's a little cool. So what happens is it says, alright, all the child nodes within the game layer, which are like when you say game layer add child, all the child modes, we're going to enumerate them with the name @pole. So every child node with the @pole name, which we just named right up here. So all these are going to be used in this block of code. And what it does is it says SKSprite_node equals the node, which we just declared right here. And that's these child nodes. So we're going to say if the position is PoleSpritePosition.x is less than 50, because or not less than, is less than -50. So if it's 0, 0 is the bottom left of the screen. So if it's 0 or if it's -50, it's going to be past the screen, well past the screen. What we're going to do is remove it from the parent, so the node is just gone. And if not, we're going to say distance to move equals this pipe points per second, which we named at the top. And we're going to say the amount to move is this CG point multiply scalar, and this pole sprite position is CG point add amount to move, and then pole sprite position. And right now, actually, you guys don't have these methods, so I'm going to bring them into the top. They're really simple methods, but I'll do that right now. Alright guys, so I added the code, but the reason I commented it out is because I already have it in my build up here in this SKUtils. Right now I don't know if I can share that framework because it's not mine, but I will check on that for the next video, and I'll put it in the file description, or I'll put it in the description of the video for you guys to download if I'm able to share it. But since I can't share this whole thing right now, I just brought the two methods that we use. And so you're going to need to add these methods right here. Just pause the video and write down this code in your right above the static constants. And that will allow you to run this method at the bottom, move pipes. And right now we have move pipes, but we have nothing calling it, so it's not doing anything. And we're going to put that in our update method. Okay, so we have our update method, and what we say is if last update time, which is a variable we add at the very beginning, if there is a last update time, we're going to say dt, which is the delta of the time, equals current time, which the computer provides minus last update. So that gives us the change in milliseconds of every time it's updated. And then, or the change in, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around there. And then if not, if the last update time isn't there, then we say dt equals 0. And last update time is equal to current time. We put that at the very end. So then the first time this is called, nothing happens. Second time, it's always going to run this. And then at the very end of update, because this update gets called as many times as it can to like load each frame, we're going to move the pipes. Alright, so with this addition, now we have our pipes moving. This should be it. We should be able to click play and not have any problems and have the pipes move along the screen while we fly around them. I know we haven't added all the collision detection we might need. There's still another method for collisions, but I can't exactly remember right now. I think that's just for the score. So let's see exactly how well we run. Alright, so we have it coming up and we fly, go through the loops, and let's see if we go above a loop. It should hit it. Yep, there we go. So right now it doesn't end the game, but when we hit those loops, we stop. So as you see, the plane's not here anymore. It's because we made contact with these pipes, and that's exactly what we wanted. So I know this art really doesn't match. Please don't judge me, guys. I'm not that great of an artist. But as you can see, we have everything running the way we want it. Alright, next time, I think what we should do is have the game over screen. So once we end a game, once we hit something, game's over. Because that would be nice to be able to replay instead of having to restart every single time. So I hope you like this, guys. Sorry if it was a little bit rushed or you didn't get all the code at once, but you can always just press pause, look at it, study it, and try and understand. So thanks for watching.